Okay, we continue with halachot Pesach from Sefer Ben Yishchai Parashat Sav, halacha Chaf. Im shachach velo yifrish challah kodem Yom Tov. If a person forgot and he didn't separate challah before Yom Tov or Pesach, and mafrishin challah b'Yom Tov, he is not allowed to separate challah on Yom Tov. Why? Because that's considered borer. That's called separating. And on Yom Tov, you're not allowed to separate. Borer, כמו שכתוב בשולחן ערוך, as it says in שולחן ערוך, סימן קוף, tav, quf, wav. Right? Kesar yasa. So what should he do? He forgot. And if he's not making hafreshat challah, right, he might not be able to have matzah. He cannot eat matzah. Right? He forgot.
Yes.
Right? It's like lahavdil. To make a big difference, taxes. If somebody doesn't pay taxes, what they're gonna do?
They will get fined.
More than that, they can freeze the whole account till you pay them.
Oh.
So the lahavdil is like over here. Yochal belo challah. Belo challah. He can eat matzah without challah. Veishayer matzah echad al mustayeh yom tov. And he should leave one matzah till Musai Yom Tov, that is end of Yom Tov. And then ve'afrish challah me'ota matzah. And from that one matzah that he left, he would separate challah. Right? He would separate, which is called challah. It's not really challah. It's called mitzvah hafreshat challah. Right? And this has to be after Yom Tov. Chalat chutz la'aretz ochel ve'achar kach mafrish, because the rule is in the mitzvah of hafreshat challah, right, is not so severe in outside of Israel. In Eretz Israel, one is not allowed to have bread if he forgot to do hafreshat challah, right? Matzah also, right? ואף על פי שיש אומרים דלא אמרינן בחוץ לארץ אוכל אחר כך מפריש אלא דווקא באחד דווקא בהוא שהוא חלה בהודעה עיסה אבל אם לא היה בעיסה שיעור חלה. Now that which the rabbis say, that if you already had the shiur, which we said was 777 dirham, the size of the flour that was mixed with before you mix it with water, which is equivalent to 43 eggs and 1/5 of an egg, right? If you have that much of flour, then the mitzvah becomes very severe. It becomes from Torah. But if you have less than that, right? And over here, it was just enough to do the mitzvah of hafreshat challah, but not that amount. And it is outside of Eretz Israel. You could just put one challah on the side, right? And use the matzah, one matzah on the side, and use it. And if you didn't have that measurement for the dough, you had a little bit. Let's say you had 200 dirham instead of 777, right? Ela achar kach b'challah shiur challah. Ela achar kach סרפם בכלי אחד ונתחייב בחלה לא מענה בזה ליישר מסע אחר להפריש ממנה חלה במוצאי יום טוב אלא צריך שיישר מעט מכל מסע ומסע כדי לתרום מן המוכף. הנה העלתי בספרנה. If you didn't have the shiur, you put all the matzot next to each other and then you separate a little bit. That this way you do the mitzvah. Ha'isa, ha'ira kisevarat ha'cholchim. The severa lehu gam b'chai gavna. That in this situation that halachic authorities they argue, right? The lo haya shiur be'isa chala techila. That in the first dough that you made for the matzah, right? You didn't have the shiur, or for the bread you made one batch, right, of bread, and it was less than 3 pounds, 3 to 5 pounds. But you made portion here, portion here. What you need to do after you bake everything, you put all of them together, you cover them, right, and then you do the mitzvah of hafreshat challah. Ela achar after baking all of them, netanam bekelis lesarfam, put all of this bread or matzot in a one container or in a box, right? And then you could separate because they all become like one big challah.
Wow.
Even though that is after the baking.
Yes.
You could still do that. After that, separate one. And then do the mitzvah of הפרשת חלה. על כן, אם שכח ולא הפריש קודם יום טוב, therefore, if you forgot and you didn't separate before Yom Tov, יסמוך על סברת זו לאכול ולהפריש אחר כך מצה ממצה אחד. Right? Rely on this opinion. Right? Rely to this opinion and then just do hafreshat challah by combining them in a basket or in a box.
Yeah.
And from this whole combination of these all matzot and chalot that none of them in the beginning had the measurement, you could do hafreshat challah. Right? Ein b'shulchan aruch, the Rabbeinu Zalman, so looking there further, Shulchan Aruch, the Rabbeinu Zalman, Hilchot Pesach, Siman, Yuan Sham, Baruch Adonai Le'olam, Amen.